Hello, and good morning to you. I'm Mother Gail Trailer, and this is Just in Case. Just in case you didn't get a chance to open up that word. Mother's at it again. She cannot emphasize enough the importance of drawing nigh to God, especially now. And not just because it's Christmas, but because of the Lord's soon return. God bless you this morning. It is approximately 9:38. I woke up this morning with an urge to pray. I must admit, I'm like everybody else. There's sometimes I keep begging God, Lord, just one more hour, just 30 minutes. I'll get up in about just 45 minutes. And he grants it to me. But it's never quite as special as when you get up at the Lord's prompting. Let's see, maybe 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, maybe 5. It just depends. Well, I know the Lord has so much for me, and I've got so much to talk to Him about that this morning I had to get up. How was your weekend? I hope it was pleasant. It was strong. You know, it was first Sunday at Olivet, and on first Sundays we have our communion supper together. We have the little host and the wine, and we do that in remembrance of Christ's sacrificial offering. He told us to do it as much as to do it often, to remind ourselves of the blood that He shed and the body that He offered. He's the Lamb of God, the Lamb of God that came to save the world. And what a special time we had in service yesterday as our pastor preached in the morning service, talking about that donkey that Christ rode into Jerusalem on, talking about those garments that were spread down, talking about those palms that were waved in victory, and to think He did it all for us. He did it all for us, so that years and years and years down the line, we would be able to make it through this lifetime in victory because of Him. Thank God for our Sunday school teacher, Brother Reese, for just, oh my gosh, for the saints of God as we come back blessed Sunday after Sunday. Did you know that last Sunday was the last Sunday of the year? Isn't it awesome? We began strong that last Sunday of last year, and by God's grace, we ended strong. And this is going to be a busy month here. It's going to be Christmas caroling. There's going to be cantatas, especially at Tiftonia Baptist here in the Valley, and the children's play next Sunday, and the parade, I think it is, coming up. We have a Christmas parade in which they give out candy and tracts and just fellowship as they parade through the streets down here in the Tiftonia area. And we're going to do some caroling. I'm going to join them this year. Caroling. I've seen it on TV and thought about it. God gives me strength. I'm going on out there with them and just sing praises to God. Pastor Brandon said he doesn't have a voice, but he does. A beautiful voice. Pastor Adams says he doesn't have a voice, but he has a beautiful voice. And both of their wives, just beautiful voices. And we're going to offer what we can to God's praise and to His glory, to invoke joy in the hearts of those that we meet on the 11th of December. And also there's a mother's luncheon in Ottawa, and that should be special. The Mother's Ministry of OBC, and then there's the ladies' luncheon at OBC on the 16th, and the Mother's Luncheon, or the Mother's Luncheon, is on the 15th. And this is a busy year, busy year. Time for giving. Why? Because Christ gave. God so loved the world that He gave. And we're going to use this time to give of ourselves. If we don't have money or riches to share, we're going to share some time. We're going to share our voices. We're going to share with our handiwork, anything we can do to be a blessing to others this time of the year. Well, today we have a devotion leader by the name of Brother Bill Crowder, and I know you've heard of him before. Bill Crowder talks about a safe place as he takes his text from Psalms 17, the Psalm of David, Psalm 17. But before we start, I would like to pray. If you can, please bow your heads and pray along with me. If not, just listen. Dear Lord, in the name of Jesus, you're a wonderful Savior and a mighty good God. And we are thankful that our times are in your hands. We don't deserve you, Jesus. We don't deserve your sacrifices. We don't deserve, Lord, your blessings. We don't deserve, Father God, the angels you encamp about us daily. But we certainly do thank you for them. We thank you for the precious word of God and the promises. We thank you for the deliverance from the powers of darkness. We thank you for victory. Thank you for keeping our bodies strong and for a reasonable proportion of health. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Lord, for these and all other blessings we ask in Jesus' name, amen. Well, Brother Crowder speaks about Psalm 17. And he starts out his devotion remembering the time when he was young. Him and his brothers grew up in a wooded part of West Virginia. And they had imaginations like all children do. Do you remember being a child? I do. I remember. Well, Bill Crowder used to, him and his brothers had great imaginations from what they would see on TV, what they would read in books, and they would bring it into life. Some of the things they did were to build tree houses, and like the Swiss Family Robinson, and then they would build forts like what they saw on TV with the cavalry and the Indians. Then they would build tents and places to hide in. What were they hiding from or for? They were hiding to obtain safety. Safety. And that to them was fun. We used to, in our family of 6, we weren't brought up in the country. We were brought up in the city. And our kingdom, while Mama was at work, our kingdom was our 5.5 room apartment, in which we had a very lengthy hallway. And half of us would go to one end of the hall, and the other half would go to the other end of the hall, and we would build sort of like a barrier at both ends. 3 on one side, 3 on the other. We'd gather all the shoes in the closet, and we would have such fun just throwing shoes at each other. Throwing shoes. Sometimes those shoes were accurate. The toss was accurate, and sometimes they would miss. But we hid behind these built-up little shelters. We laid low and threw shoes at each other down the hall. Now, children can think of the most imaginative ways to have fun. Not only in the country, but you can do it in the city. Leave it to a child. Leave out of their absence for a second and see the fun that most children will have. Well, in the book of Psalms, the 17th chapter, David had some serious issues. He had enemies. Remember, David was king, warrior king. He was a warrior king. And he was a man after God's own heart. And if you're a woman or a man after God's own heart, you've got enemies on the outside and enemies on the inside. When we had shoe fights, we'd call them, we'd laugh and have fun. And throwing a shoe at you and you throwing one back at me and almost hitting me, and never mind the high heels that whatever could have put out an eye. We laughed and it was fun. You better duck though, because those shoe fights were real and they were fun. However, David's enemies were real. David had enemies on the inside, fighting against him on the inside, as well as those throughout the country fighting against him on the outside, throughout the land. Because David was chosen of God. And if you find yourself chosen of God, you're born again, that means you've been called out of darkness. You too have enemies. You might not see them. You might not hear about them. But you can believe someone is watching. And those who are watching, the enemy sometimes will use them to become envious. Just hateful. And they're not knowing why. Just the Spirit is at work within them. Have you ever spoken to someone and never gotten a nice or a pleasing answer out of them? Never. It is most likely that the enemy has spoken to their mind or has entered their heart to fear. There's something about you that makes them fear and quake. It makes them jealous and envious. There's something about them that they look upon you and they feel scorn and resentment. They may love the Lord, but this one thing they are not aware of, and they may feel led to do so by deception. By deception. Well, let's read the 17th Psalm and see what kind of enemies David had. And let's see what David did about his enemies. I'm going to read Psalm 17 into your hearing. If you have your Bible, read with me. If you don't worry about it. You know why? Because faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. Psalm 17. Let's see if we can pull it up on the computer. Boy, what a wonderful day we had yesterday. It was so much fun. It was good. It's always good to have the body of Christ come together. And, to see smiles on people's faces. There are Christians that you would look at them and they look so sad. They look like they're living a constant bowel movement. I'm serious. There's no smile. There's no, just continuous grief. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like continuous grief. But my computer's acting like she usually wants. So I'll read it out of here. But if you have your computer and you have your phone close by, try your best to, here it is, it's trying to unfreeze itself. Thank you, Jesus. Romans 17. Thank God for the word. I love the word. It is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my pathway. It really is. Romans 17. Romans 17. No, Gail. Forgive me, saints of God. Forgive me. Well, Psalm 17. It's a prayer of David. Psalms 17. David says, "Hear, O Lord, my righteous plea. Listen to my cry. Give ear to my prayer." He says, it does not rise from deceitful lips. David says, let my vindication come from you. May your eyes see what is right. Though you probe my heart, though you examine me at night and test me, you'll find that I have planned no evil. My mouth has not transgressed. Though people tried to bribe me, I've kept myself from the ways of the violent. To what your lips have commanded, my steps have held your paths. My feet have not stumbled. I call on you, my God, for you will answer me. Turn your ear to me and hear my prayer. Show me the wonders of your great love. You who save by your right hand, those who take refuge in you from their foes. Keep me as the apple of your eye. Hide me in the shadow of your wings from the wicked who will and who are out to destroy me, from my mortal enemies who surround me. They close up their callous hearts, and their mouths speak with arrogance. They've tracked me down. They now surround me with eyes alert. They throw me to the ground. They wish to throw me to the ground. They're like a lion crouching in cover. They are like a lion hungry for prey, like a fierce lion crouching in cover. Rise up, Lord, confront them, bring them down with your sword. Rescue me from the wicked. By your hand, save me from such people, Lord, from those of this world, whose reward is in this life. May what you have stored up for the wicked fill their bellies. May their children gorge themselves on it, and may there be leftovers for their little ones. As for me, I will be vindicated and will see your face. When I awake, I will be satisfied with seeing your likeness. Thank God for the reading of His holy word. I thought about this psalm, and I had to take it apart and just think about it. I've got enemies. Gee whiz, I think you've got some too. Don't think everybody loves you, especially if you're a woman or a man of God. Don't be deceived. Everyone who smiles wishes you well, greets you, even sometimes with a kiss. I'm not going to say a holy kiss, but you can believe those. There are those who do not care for you, and you may not know why, and you don't need to know why. Just do a lot of praying. Do a lot of praying. We're at times, in the times when the Lord is soon to come, and people are being deceived. But listen to what David says. It's as if David's going to court, and while he's in court, he's his own lawyer. He asked the Lord to, first of all, I know you. You're the living God. You're the God who I remember to trust in. And I'm not being facetious or deceitful coming to you. This is what he's saying before the judge. Let's make believe he's in court. I'm not being facetious. I'm not being deceitful. I don't have any anger in my heart. No malice. And there's no resentment toward anyone, Lord. I've been obedient to you. He's telling the judge, which we're using God as his judge. Just picture it. He's standing before the court, and God is his judge. He's saying, I have faith from past experiences. And in verse 9, he says, this is the reason that I'm here. I want to tell you about the reason for my presence in this court. This is the reason why I'm coming to you. He says there are wicked people all around me whose hearts are callous. Do you know anything about having a callus? It's hard, it's painful, it's a part of your, maybe sometimes your foot or your hand that has built up an extra amount of cells to protect something, protect your bones or your foot or your muscle from abrasion. Sometimes if you use a broom quite often, or you're using a rake or a mop, depending on how hard you're working, you'll build up calloused hands. They're hardened prominences and can be removed manually, or they can be removed chemically, but usually some lotion to just soften that part will help it to return to its normal layer of skin. So hearts that are callous are hardened. They've done wickedness and they've done it before, and it doesn't bother them. He says there are people that are arrogant and they speak proudly about their feats, and they don't have fear of you, Lord. They're boastful and they're conceited. There are many people like that on this earth. He says they're always trying to track me in a problem or issue. They look for ways to surround me, and they're looking for something to cause mischief involving me. They're constantly watching, David says, constantly ready to accuse me, ready to destroy me. They're looking for anybody to destroy, actually. Have you ever met anybody like that? They're very unhappy. They could be young or old, but constantly grumbling, constantly complaining, continuously finding something to be sad about. It's like a miserable existence, isn't it? But we know the joy of the Lord is our strength, and we can resist the enemy. There's so much to complain about, but there's so much, and too much. When you think of God's goodness and what He's done for us, when you sit down and you write it down, you'll see your list of His blessings are greater than what is actually, what might be ailing you, might be. David's request continues. He's in the courtroom. He's saying in verse 13 that he wants God to confront them. He wants the judge to confront them. He wants the Lord to bring his enemies down. Use your sword, he tells them. Confront them, bring them down, and use your sword. And usually the sword of the Lord is the word of God. And then in verse 14 he tells them, God, use your hand. Stretch out your hand. Now you know if the Lord stretches out his hand toward any of us, there will be no one to help you. No one. David reminds the Lord that there are righteous people that are hungry and they cherish God. They cherish you, Lord. And because of you, they have existed in the past. But those who are wicked, he's asking the Lord to give them their desires. Not only give them their recompense or reward upon them, but upon their children. Don't leave their kids out. Reward their kids. Give them what you have stored up for them. David tells the Lord to fill their bellies. And they're greedy, and they're people in this world who could never have enough. They have everything, but yet they're still mean and evil. And David asked them, make sure you leave some leftovers for the little ones. Oh my gosh. David wants the Lord to just, those things that you stored up for the wicked, give it to them. Give them everything they want. Give the babies some too. He says, as for me, I will be vindicated and I will see your face. David says, when I awake, I will be satisfied in seeing your likeness. Praise God for the Word of God. Thank God for the living Word of God. Don't be alarmed or frightened over the wicked. Know what He promised us. That in Hebrews 13, He's promised to be our safe place. He said He would never leave us nor forsake us. Let's trust in Him. Make sure you keep your eyes focused on Him. There are people sometimes you look at and they're so wicked they frighten you. They have a tendency to make you shudder. But when you think of God's power and you stay in His Word and remind yourself of His love and His kindness and what He has done in the past, you regain your courage. And by the way, it doesn't do harm to ask for courage. Ask for courage. While you're asking for wisdom, ask for courage. Keep your hearts pure. Know that He's able to vindicate you. We have a hiding place in Him. Yes, we do. We have a hiding place. Instead of using our own natures to tell them off, cuss them out, be obedient. Do as David did. Give God thanks and know that He is our Savior, He's our keeper, He's our deliverer, and He's our real reward. Give God thanks for being your hiding place today. God bless you and keep you. Sorry for keeping you for so long. I love you. God loves you more. Merry Christmas. I'm just passing through. 2018. Christmas is coming. God bless you.